2, 1. Hello, everyone. You breathe.
What do you mean I breathe?
Like right as I started, I just hear.
But if you can hear me breathing, that's not good. I should probably fix that.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I hate you so much.
All right, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone, I am Jet, and I'm here with my friend Drew, and we are back for another episode of the SCPodcast. So, Drew, how have you been?
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good. Why are you laughing?
Because of the intro.
It's bad.
I'm okay.
You good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So we tried to do the intro a few minutes ago, and I'm going to put it at the end because it was pretty funny. Not gonna lie. So yeah, if you listen to anything, like if you don't want to listen to the rest of the podcast, I don't blame you. It's pretty bad, but at least skip to the end and listen to that. But Drew, how's your week been? We haven't recorded or talked in a while. I've been busy.
Yeah, haven't been doing a whole lot. Just doing some tidying up around the good old house, you know.
I feel that.
How about you? What you been up to?
I have not been cleaning up my house. It looks like a mess. My room literally looks like a bomb went off, and like I have a table right next to my desk that I will keep stuff on, as you do with tables. And right now I could not fit another bottle of water on here if I wanted to. Because I have so much. Dude, I have pencils, I have pens, I have my art supplies, I have all my woodworking stuff scattered all over the table, and it's awful.
I just looked over to my coffee table that's in the middle of my room, and all I have on it is a dumbbell.
Just in case I ever want to use this. See, yeah, no, I'm messy, but for my room is messy, but I know where everything is, so I'm okay with it.
Oh yeah, precisely.
I know that if I clean stuff up, I'm gonna put stuff where I don't remember where they go, and then I'm gonna go I'm just gonna miss a lot of the stuff that I have out now, that are in, everything I need is within arm's reach of me right now. I don't need to go and get anything. But if I clean up, then I'm putting stuff in my closet. So.
Speaking of which, I lost my watch, and I can't find it.
How did you lose a watch? It literally stays on you.
Well, it's one that you have to charge.
Yeah.
And so it was charging, and then when I went to go grab it today, the charger was empty.
Oh no.
And and I kind of need that. So I'm really hoping my sister didn't throw it away on accident.
Ooh.
Because that's totally something she would do.
Yeah.
And so probably when we're done here, I'm just going to go searching.
Good luck, my friend. Yeah, no, I was looking for my watch the other day, and I found out that my dad had it in his car for some reason. He thought it was one of his. And I was like, no, Dad, I have a smartwatch and you have a Hot Wheels watch. There's a difference. But
Not a big difference, but there's a difference.
No, mine's not even an Apple Watch. It's what is it? Very Fit Pro? It's
Oh, you have one of the Fitbits?
No.
Or something like that?
It's not even that. It's halfway between an Apple Watch and Fitbit, because I can still get text, I can still send text, and I can do basic stuff on there like that. It takes my heart rate and all that stuff. It has workout plans on it even. But it's not quite an Apple Watch. I can't make phone calls or anything.
I got you.
Yeah. So you did your SCP first last time, didn't you?
Probably, because that sounds like something
Oh, and also, so we actually got decently good responses on the last podcast, which was
Oh, did
surprising.
we?
Yeah, no, I had a lot of people DM me on Reddit. A few of them had some suggestions, like, maybe have. One person actually said that they wanted more of our banter in it back and forth because that's what they enjoyed, which was good. I mean, I'm glad
Oh, well,
people.
they're set for the first 10 minutes of this then.
Oh, dude, at least. Uh, they liked that. They liked the format, which I was happy about because it was something that I was debating on for a while, like how I wanted to
Oh,
do
yeah, that was a
this.
good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like originally, what we were going to do was just have one SCP that we talked about, and the only problem with that was the more I looked into it, the more I realized that a lot of SCPs don't have more than like 2 or 3 paragraphs, and that would be really hard to get a full episode out of.
Yeah, so
Uh,
most of it would just be speculation.
exactly, yeah. Which nothing wrong, and I'm sure at some point, like I'm sure there will be some SCPs that will take up a whole episode. I would love to do more research on the Plague Doctor actually, and because I've read a lot of the tales of him, and they're actually really interesting.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, no, there was
Probably
one.
going around it.
I got one comment, and it was actually explaining to me how the Plague Doctor actually came about. It is apparently explained in one of the canons.
Well,
So
shoot.
yeah,
Now we're
no,
just stupid. So we should definitely go back and do that one.
yeah, no. So we need to redo that one.
But then
But
again, that one was just a last minute thing since our other
yeah,
person.
yeah, exactly. Uh,
Speaking of which, he's
uh,
still not here today, folks.
yeah, I've been trying my hardest to get him on here, and to be fair, he might just be busy. Like he did have, he had to finish up school. I didn't. Drew didn't. So I respect that. But
School's over.
yeah, school's over, my friend. So
His
he,
excuses are starting to run out.
they are running thin, unlike me. So I am neither
One
running
mistake
nor am I
over here,
thin.
brother.
um,
I have actually still been trying to run on my treadmill occasionally, though.
See, I can't run because of my knee. Like I've told you how
Yeah,
my yeah, so I can't really run
yeah.
all that much. I can do the elliptical, and we actually just got an exercise bike, and I'm going to try to use it more. But thankfully, I've actually maintained my size over quarantine, and I haven't gotten any bigger, thankfully.
I think I've stayed about the same as well. My muscle mass has decreased some, but that just goes with not getting.
Doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing some workouts at home, like doing lots of body press workouts and stuff.
Yeah, I've
I've
been trying to do push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah, no, I've gotten up to 120 push-ups in the morning and night. Uh, and I've been doing crunches more than sit-ups because they're apparently better for your back. I don't know. Uh, oh, I also had one DM saying that they liked our voices, and I was like, hey, there we go. Uh,
Oh, you better, because they're glorious as heck.
like I've been told that I have like a radio voice, so I'm glad I get to do this. It's fun. Uh, but yeah, I guess we should actually get into the SCP part of the podcast.
Yeah,
Uh,
we probably. It
yeah,
comes with time.
it does. It's you have to you have to slowly go in. Uh, so I picked SCP-077, which is the top part of like a skull, and it has all these runes like etched into it. And every 8 hours, a minimum of two, but preferably three, trained D-class personnel are to enter the containment area in a loud, clear voice, read the runes etched into SCP-00077. In unison, the reading must be performed by individuals who understand the full meaning of the runes, who are able to pronounce the entirety of the inscription correctly, and who are no more than 30 centimeters away from it. 30 centimeters is not that much.
No.
So they're like, having to get up all close and personal to it. But this is something I thought was really cool about it. If you don't do that, Then this sludge kind of stuff, no, this gas comes out. And
Oh.
yeah, this green vapor whose precise nature remains undetermined. And it is noted that, and it's designated to be SCP-077-1, and it behaves as a normal gas. And here's the thing, though. They can't just put it in a box and just let that happen, because if they do that, then it explodes and will get out of any container that it's in.
Interesting.
And if any biological matter comes in contact with the gas, they instantly turn into the sludge matter. And it says right here that 1 cubic centimeter of the gas transforms upwards of 800 grams of biological material.
Oh.
So it is a Euclid class because, they have it under control. But if it was to ever get out, it would be bad. Here is something that I thought was funny, though. Apparently, potatoes have something to do with it. And
Really?
Yeah, apparently it doesn't like potatoes and will go off more often when potatoes are around. So on that whole floor, there are not allowed to be any potato-based products at all. Guess where it was found?
Ireland.
Yes.
I knew it.
They found it in a cult church or something like that. A village church, yeah. And they would do nightly rituals with it. So, I thought that was actually pretty... I love some of the details that they put in here, though. Potatoes. That's cool. And they were also talking about how the people that are trained to do the, speech and the chants to it, they are not able to be terminated until someone replaces them. So basically, if you want to keep your job, just get this, and you probably won't get fired.
Pretty much, yeah. So when it says the top half of a skull,
yeah,
where does that is it considered to stop at the top?
See, I'm not sure because it does talk about its eye cavities, so I'm guessing at least there.
So what I'm guessing is it's just like a skull with a jaw detached, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Which, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But it is really, I don't know, it's just, that one's really interesting to me, mainly because of the gas that it emits. And, the runes change every lunar moon.
Okay.
So, every time that it changes, they have to go in and decipher what it says before the next time they do it. I don't think it says what happens if they do something wrong, but I'm guessing the gas just comes out. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool. Technically that could be weaponized pretty easily.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You hide...
Does it say how big the gas gets?
Let me see. Behaves as a normal gas. It occupies the spaces within the skull's effective line of sight and does not flow into the space behind him. So it sounds like it comes out of his eyes almost and goes out in front of him, won't get behind him.
Okay. Also, readers of the runes have a 60% chance to develop an allergy to potatoes.
Yeah, I saw that. I meant to say something about that.
Which is an interesting little tidbit.
It is. It's one that I'm glad they put in, though.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is Ireland. What's up with that? But yeah, no, I was reading through some and I thought this one was just one that kind of stuck out as being unique. And it gets a 3-meter cubed environment to himself, which, I mean, it has it made, dude.
Yeah.
Again, let me actually see if there's anything on the origin of it and the tails. Let's see, 077.
So there has to be a minimum of 20 D-class personnel at all times that are trained to do this
Yeah,
task.
or in training.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, SCP Tales by series. There we go. Uh, 7-7. Okay, so did they actually make something? No, it just goes back to this page. Okay, so there's no more tails on him.
Mm-hmm.
So this is apparently all the information we get. Um, it did say that the runes were in a black unknown resin, which, you know, I don't know how much experiments they did on that, but I want to know what the resin is. I like it. It might be the magical part. The skull might not have nothing to do with it, especially if the runes are what changing. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
It is. But that's really all I got for that one because I mean it's pretty straightforward. Nothing to really speculate on this one other than the fact of like, you know, what the heck why does it not like potatoes? Like
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. That's the only question I want answered. I don't care whose skull it was. I want to know why it doesn't like potatoes.
and how it gives you an allergy to potatoes.
Yeah. Only 60% chance though. And can we
Which, I
just
mean, is a pretty good chance.
yeah, no, it's you're probably going to get it at that point. Like
Because
yeah.
that's basically saying 2 out of the 3 people who read it are going to be allergic after.
Yeah. And can I just say how awful a potato allergy would be?
Yeah.
Because even if you don't like potatoes that much, potato flour or potato starch is probably used in something that you do like.
No more French fries. No more potato chips.
Potato chips. I mean, you could always go with some cauliflower chips.
Nasty.
Dude, I've been trying to eat cauliflower stuff more lately, like cauliflower rice and stuff like that. Ugh.
Have you tried the cauliflower crust at the restaurant?
Yeah, I have, and it's actually not bad.
It's not bad.
Like,
Is it worth the $2 price increase, though?
oh, I think so, 100%. Uh, because it's crispy, and I like a crunchy crust to my
Oh,
pizza.
okay. I gotcha.
And it has a lot of cheese in the crust, so I don't know, it kind of just tastes like you're eating a pizza, but the crust is just like a really hard cracker, which I like. I thought it was good.
Oh, that sounds interesting, yeah.
Yeah, no, just tell whoever's cooking to get it nice and crisp on the bottom. Ooh,
Mm.
it's good.
Well, usually for me, it's always Fergie who cooks it.
Yeah, I figured. Um, Dude, I went in the other day and they were having to wear a mask while like he was cooking.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Like, so for everyone that I don't know if I said this in the first episode or not, but we cook in front of a really hot oven, like like 900 degrees, something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
exactly. So anywhere around that oven, like if you're standing within 2 or 3 feet of it, it feels like what would you say? Like
For
maybe
me, with feet,
yeah. Like how hot would you say it is? Like maybe 110.
oh, dude, I can't even stand near it without just burning up instantly, just because of how I am.
Yeah, no, like for the longest time before my body got accustomed to it, I had no hair on my arms because they would just burn off whenever I would try to cook. And like even now, they are all very singed, and I haven't
Yeah.
cooked in over a month, and they're still like that. Uh, but I'm just like I could not do that with a mask on. Like I'm proud of them for being able to do that, but I could not do that. That would be awful.
Yeah.
All right, what was your SCP? I want to know.
All right. So I did SCP-657, or the Death Predicting Man.
Ooh, okay.
He is classified as safe, as he is really in no danger to anybody. He can just predict people's deaths. Obviously, it's in his name. But the part that I like the best is how he was found out.
Okay.
So let me go down to that. So let me find where it is.
Okay.
Here it is. So he was recovered somewhere in the United States, and he was employed as an undertaker at a large funeral home. He then became agitated with one of his subordinates,
Okay.
who, and then after that, he basically said, "What does it matter? You'll be dead by the end of the week." And so everybody's thinking he's threatening him, but
Yeah.
he just knows he's actually gonna die. And so when he died 3 days later, the cops came after him,
Yeah.
and then when he was being apprehended, he made similar remarks to one of the other police officers, who was then shot by a just completely unrelated person 2 days later.
Oh, that's cool.
Just like he predicted, and then so he was on trial for the murder of the first guy, and then I think it was like conspiracy to the murder of the other guy, even though he was like in jail. Which I just think is hilarious, because he
Yeah.
was just upset, and so the way his ability works, right, is he just has to touch you and he knows when you're gonna die.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
um but there's a couple rules to it,
Okay.
and um so how specific he is with the time is how close you are to dying.
So the
So
more
like
specific he is, the closer you are.
no.
Oh,
So he just says it how like how I don't know how he feels it or whatever,
yeah.
but so here it is. SCP displays the ability to predict the time of an individual's death with extreme accuracy. In order to make a prediction, he requires physical contact with the individual. This contact, it doesn't need to be prolonged. All he needs is a simple handshake, and it his predictions are largely dependent on how imminent the death is. So when he was exposed to a D-class personnel schedule for termination the following day, he was able to accurately predict time of death down to the minute
Oh, wow.
without access to anything. But then when exposed to individuals, for people who he doesn't predict for more than a decade, he is only able to narrow it down to about a year. So the year
Okay.
they're gonna die, which I mean is still pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then he is unable to determine any other information, so he doesn't know how they're gonna die or anything else. He just knows when.
Okay.
And then to date, all of his predictions have been accurate. And
Wow.
so there's also some other things. He is unable, just for some unknown reason, that it just does not work on just a small number of individuals. And they list 3, but of course the names are redacted, so we don't know
Yeah.
who they are.
Yeah.
And so we have no idea why he can't, but he just can't. And also, so when individuals are exposed to him, they find him disquieting, unpleasant, or simply creepy, regardless of whether or not they are aware of his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So most people just think he's creepy either way.
I
And then
mean, fair enough.
also, yeah. And
Yeah.
also, when he was introduced to SCP 76-2, which is, I think it's Able, and
Okay.
the second version is the human version, and then the SCP-1 is like, I think it's a cube. I don't really remember. I only briefly read up on it.
Mm-hmm.
But so, this was upon contact with him, his eyes rolled back into his head and he lost consciousness. And then he remained in a comatose state for slightly over a week. Upon
Wow.
recovering, he claimed to have no memory of meeting SCP-76-2. And then following this incident, containment procedures for him have been amended to ensure that he does not come into contact with any other human or SCPs for some whatever reason. They just don't want to take any risks.
Okay.
Which leads me into how they contain him.
Yeah.
And so he is to be kept in an 8-meter by 8-meter room with a queen-size bed and any other reasonable furnishing that he requested. And then before the incident with SCP-76, he was allowed to move freely about the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
But now, let's see, he's no longer allowed to leave his room, so he's pretty much just stuck there. But he does have leeway with requests for entertainments and stuff.
Oh, that's good. So basically,
Yeah.
he's under house arrest.
Yeah, because they don't want him going into a coma again.
I mean, fair enough. So, wait, it mentioned Abel, who is a Keter class.
Yeah, so that's SCP-76.
Yeah. I would go into that, but there's a lot of stuff on him.
Yeah, it's quite a big thing. We might want to save that for next week.
Yeah, we can do that.
And so, his description, he's just a regular Caucasian male, approximately 55. He's
Yeah.
mostly bald with a small amount of gray hair. He's 1.75 meters in height, 77 kilograms. And he prefers, so he likes to dress like a businessman
Yeah.
in either charcoal gray or navy blue. And he likes bowler hats.
Who doesn't?
Yep. And all medical tests indicate he's just a regular dude in reasonably good health. But he prefers to be called either Gustav or Mr. Noble, which is his name. But he
Okay.
also responds to his SCP.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
That's cool though. That's just like, oh, a normal guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's just a normal guy who can predict stuff. Predict your death.
Huh. Dude, he would make a fortune at a carnival or something.
I know, right?
Like he needs to invest.
There's currently no tails on him either.
Okay, cool.
Yep. But he's just a similarly normal dude under house arrest, and he can pretty much get whatever he wants reasonably.
8 meters by 8. That's actually a decently sized room.
Yeah, let's see. That's about like what, 20 by 20, right?
No, it would be more than that, wouldn't it?
Is it more? Let me see.
It'd be like 20.
So 8 meters is about 26, 27 feet. So yeah, it's a lot more than that. So yeah, he has a pretty sizable room all to himself.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially
he gets
considering
fed 3 meals a day, and he gets
any entertainment that he
medic
wants. Like
for his arthritis, because he has arthritis.
oh, poor guy.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
He's just a safe object class, just chilling in his room all day.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't seem like he's malicious by any means. So yeah. And even if he was, like, he couldn't do anything.
No, besides threaten you with when you're gonna die.
I mean, yeah.
So he's pretty much just like that app that movie was based off of, you know, the countdown or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it was.
yeah, I remember that.
Terrible movie. Don't watch it.
No, I didn't. I do remember seeing bits and pieces of it though, and I regret that.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie? What was it? Unfriended. Dark Web Unfriended.
Dark Web Unfriended. You know, it sounds familiar. Let me see.
It didn't come out too long ago, like a couple of years, I think.
Here it is. Unfriended Dark Web.
That's it.
Yes, I did. This is the movie where he stole this guy's laptop, right?
Yeah, Kyron.
Yeah. I remember seeing this movie. It was so weird.
Yeah, dude, did you know that it had multiple endings depending on what theater you went to?
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they did, I think, all in all, 6 different endings.
I just watched it on a website.
Yeah. That's what I did too, so I mean... But yeah, apparently it had multiple endings, and I just thought that was cool. I don't know why I thought about that.
I'm pretty sure there was another movie like this where they told everything through like... Oh, yeah. There's 2 Unfriended movies, and I watched both of them back to back.
Gotcha. They're not awful movies. They're not good, but they're not bad.
They're not good by any means,
no,
but they're
no.
also not, they're not the worst I've ever seen.
No, I mean, like, after I watched those movies, I was like, okay, like, I don't feel like I wasted my time, but I don't feel like it got anything either.
Nah, it was a good time time spender.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah. So I don't really have anything else I want to say or talk about.
The first one got a 62 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not bad.
That is not bad considering what it is.
No, not at all. Um, but yeah, so hopefully in the near future we can get this on Spotify. There are a few things I have to go through to be able to upload to Spotify, but that being said, I'm hoping I can, because SoundCloud apparently only lets you put up 150 minutes of audio for free, and then you have to start paying. And
Gross.
yeah, no, I don't want to pay. I'm cheap. So hopefully I can get to Spotify soon, and I don't think they make you pay. I hope not.
No, because I'm pretty sure podcasts are free.
Yeah, they are.
I sure hope so.
I mean, well, yeah, no, they have to be, because they can't put ads on podcast. So
Yeah.
so yeah, hopefully we can be moving over to Spotify soon, and I can put that for y'all to listen to. Oh gosh,
And for anyone who is wondering, the second one got a 60 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, that's actually
So for what it is, it got fairly good views.
Yeah, no, it did. Especially considering like horror movies don't do that well in the box office.
Yeah, and the first one got it. The Dark Web Unfriended. Their budget was $1 million, and they made 16.4. So it was a pretty.
Oh, dude, that's a huge profit for them.
I mean, because it was a fairly easy movie to film, considering it was all just webcam stuff.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Did you see The Invisible Man? The new one?
I think I saw bits and pieces of it. No. I saw a review of it, and it looked so bad I didn't watch it.
Really? The new one?
I think so.
Dude, I enjoyed it. My sister took me for my birthday a couple months ago, and I loved it.
I could be wrong, though.
Then again, I think you and I have different tastes in horror movies.
Oh, yeah. I watched a review of it, and it just did not seem like it was good.
Fair enough. Like, it wasn't scary by any means.
Oh, yeah, no. Most modern-day horror movies are not scary in the slightest.
No. Like, I went back and watched Psycho recently. Dude, that actually scared me.
Psycho.
Like, the old OG Psycho.
Gotcha.
And I enjoyed it.
91 on Rotten Tomatoes, so it can't be that bad. Maybe I should just watch it.
I think so, because it's more of a thing where it's like, I don't know, I was watching that thing, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And not so much like, oh, I'm scared to death. Like, it wasn't a good horror movie, but it was a good thriller, I guess.
I just remember from the review, her gifting the family a ladder.
Yeah.
And it was just a very awkward conversation.
It kind of was, but the ladder led to a gift and everything. It was cool.
Yeah. I'll watch it by the next time we upload one of these, so I can give my review of it.
Okay, sounds good. I finished the Clone Wars.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. Have you watched it yet?
I haven't seen the new season yet, no.
So, you can definitely skip, you can skip the middle 4 episodes, honestly. I didn't think
they were skipping episodes, man.
Okay, I didn't like Ahsoka that much in this new season.
Dang, dude, it did phenomenal in the box office compared with its budget.
Invisible Man?
Yeah, its budget was $7 million. It made 126.
Yeah, no, it did so well.
Man, maybe I should watch it before I keep trash talking it.
I mean, it was a good movie to me. Like, it was a little bit slow at points, but I will say this: the jump scares that it did have in there were so impactful. And yeah, no, like, they didn't just, when we watched The Nun, it was like just it was just a bunch of cheesy jump scares over and over again.
Yeah, it was so bad it put me to sleep.
Yeah, no, like, I enjoy The Nun, but it's mainly I like the lore of the Conjuring universe.
Oh yeah, the lore was good. The movie, not
no, I completely agree with that. But that being said, I definitely like what they did with the Invisible Man, and like every single jump scare, they're few and far between, but they get you.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'll be sure to watch it.
Yeah, definitely do. Um, yeah, I think we spent more time this episode talking about just random stuff, which is apparently what people like.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that, I guess.
We'll have a good mix because I mean, there's only so much we can talk about certain SCPs that we pick with two people.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
Hopefully.
almost possible to spread it out, or we'll just be repeating information that gets boring.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. Uh, and I feel like as long as we keep the main focus SCP, we can really do whatever we want. So.
Yeah, and plus it's our podcast, so
Yeah, exactly.
suck it.
Exactly. I've been listening to so many podcasts lately, though. Like I'll just put on, like I'll start playing Civ 5 or something, and I'll just listen to a podcast for like 2 hours. That's great. We Hate Movies, great podcast. So was the Dead Meat podcast. That's pretty good too.
Usually when I listen to podcasts, it's like true crime stuff.
Yeah, like I listen to those every once in a while. I have to be in the mood for it.
Also, I listen to a good mythology podcast. Those are good.
Ooh, which one?
Can't really. I believe the one that I mainly listen to is legit just called Mythology. I mean, check.
I might actually follow it on Spotify.
Yeah, the last one I was listening to when I was cleaning out my room is Unsolved Murder.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's legit just called Mythology Podcast.
Okay.
Well, without the podcast, it's just Mythology.
Okay, I'll look into it.
There's about 79 episodes. I think I've listened to 2.
Nice. Have you ever listened to the No Sleep podcast?
No.
You should listen to that. They just basically do audio dramas of a bunch of like scary stories from the No Sleep Reddit.
Oh, okay.
And they're actually pretty good. And they have like 300 episodes right now.
Oh, sweet.
And they're about an hour long each. And it's pretty good. I would recommend that. A lot of the stories are pretty cheesy, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I've listened to some of them and I've been home alone listening to it, and like I'll get paranoid really fast. Oh no, I will.
I remember listening to like a scary story podcast just when I was back doing dishes.
Yeah.
And it was really funny.
Dude, I've done the same thing. Like the few times that I've dishwashed when you can't. Like I'll be back there, and a lot of times I'll be listening to the Scary Story podcast, and Fergie came back there, and he like tapped my shoulder one time. I was about to stab him with a knife.
That would have been bad.
It would have been. He's my boss.
Yeah, but also you stabbed somebody.
And
there's video evidence of it.
Mistakes happen.
You just slipped, officer. Really?
Really, officer, I did not mean to go down and chase him into his own home and murder him. It was complete accident.
It escalated so much. Oh, man.
Please, officer. She said she was 18.
Oh my god, nope. We're going in the wrong direction.
We are. I need to stop. Jeez, that reminds me of the Family Guy thing. I'm not going to finish that. Anything with Quagmire is probably not a good thing to talk about. Yeah,
probably not.
He's so funny though.
maybe another time.
Yeah, maybe another time. So, did you hear that they got rid of Kathleen Kennedy?
Who?
The director that did the last Star Wars movies.
Yeah, and it's now
not the director, but the creative design.
And now it's the guy from Ragnarok 3, right? Or Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Or Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see his take on stuff.
Yeah, I am too. He's a pretty good. I don't know. He's very creative with the
a lot of people are split on their opinion of him. Actually,
I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't enjoy Ragnarok that much. Like
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it.
it's a good movie. I just feel like it's so different from what I was expecting in a Thor movie. Because usually the Thor movies are the more serious of them, and they can be kind of dark. But this one was just so lighthearted and goofy.
Well, let's not talk about the Dark World here, okay? That movie was terrible.
It was pretty bad.
We don't talk about that one. And in everybody's eyes, there's just 2 Thor movies. But yeah, but that's usually what happens when you switch like directors between movies.
That is true.
They're gonna have a different take.
That is true. That being said, I think that he'll do pretty good with Star Wars, though, because Star Wars has never been something that's supposed to be dark and depressing. Like, it has those bits in it, but
It's supposed to be hopeful.
Exactly. It's supposed to be, stories about the good guys versus the bad guys. And so I'm excited to see what he does with the new trilogy. I think that he'll definitely do well with it. And I mean, it can't be any worse than the one we just got.
Yeah.
And if somehow they still have enough money to do a trilogy after that stuff, then I'm happy.
If we're still doing trilogies after that, we just need to stop. Something needs to happen.
Yeah, no. I still want to, dude.
It has to stop eventually.
Here's the thing. They need to go off of the books. Like, I understand that, they're not canon or whatever. Do you know how many people will be so happy to see a Darth Bane trilogy? Dude, I would...
A lot of people?
Dude, so many people. So StarWars.com, when... I don't know if it's still up or not, I'm assuming it is. At one point, they put a poll on their site, and they said, which Darth Lord would you like to see a movie on the most? And it was Darth Vader, Darth Plagueis, and Darth Bane.
Ah, yes, Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Dude, Darth Bane had over 18,000 votes in the first 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Compared to Darth Vader's 120 and Plagueis's 280.
Yeah, they should really do a story on him.
He has 3 books dedicated to him. And there are literally some of my favorite books ever written. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, no, I let Fergie borrow them, and he loved them too. Like, everyone just agrees that they're great books. The audiobook is also very good.
Yeah, I had a friend who was praising the Star Wars audiobooks.
Dude, they're actually very good.
Yeah, the production that goes into them is amazing.
Yeah, no, they put music in the background. They have sound effects. They don't skip out on it.
Gotta love a good production of an audiobook, man.
Oh, for sure. Like, I can listen to audiobooks so long and just love it. But, like, I don't know. There's just so many good books that they could just do, like, single one-off movies. Like, do Maul Lockdown. It's just a book about Darth Maul being sent to a giant prison out in space. He's not allowed to use a lightsaber or any force abilities, and he's put in cage matches for, like, a few months while he's trying to figure out the underground operation going on there.
That sounds like such a good movie.
Dude, okay, it's
They really need to stop with the trilogies and just start making, like, single movies to, like, build. They need to take notes from Marvel.
They do.
You have to establish the single person movies and then build a cinematic universe and then do all this stuff.
Exactly. And, like, it worked back when they tried to do it the first time because it was new. People wanted to see that story conclude.
Yeah.
And then when they did the the prequel trilogies, that it worked because it had been so long since we had anything Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been all that long this time. Like, we had the Clone Wars TV show. We had all the Lego Star Wars stuff. Like, Star Wars has been at the front of everyone's mind this whole time. But, like, look at Rogue One. A lot of people love that movie. I love the movie. And it's just a one-off. Like, those characters literally cannot come back and do anything else.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And there's so many good books that they could do that with. Like I said, the Maul Lockdown one. Have you heard about Death Troopers?
I've heard of them, yes, but don't know much about them.
It's literally, they find this abandoned Star Destroyer out in space, and they found out that the Emperor had been working on this like plant to keep stuff alive after death.
Oh.
And so it's basically it went wrong, and so it's nothing but a bunch of zombie troopers.
Oh,
And
that.
dude,
See, and
it's
right there, a horror Star Wars movie.
and dude, okay, it worked so well because it starts off in like a prison barge again, and like all the prisoners start getting it, and so like they're going crazy and all this stuff, and like at one point the two of the main characters are like stuck inside their cell, and they just see someone like ripping their own arm off to try to get in, get closer to them, and it's like one of the most intense scene. And surprisingly, a Star Destroyer works as a great place for a scary movie.
Yeah.
Like it was so, the audiobook scared me to death.
They just need to do these one-off movies, and they can establish a basis where people are actually excited to watch these new movies.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Instead of people like me who just felt like they had to because they've seen all the other ones.
Exactly. No, I watched the last two Star Wars movies that came out of obligation because I enjoy the series.
Yeah, I was forced to watch the last one. I really didn't want to after I heard what the story was about.
Yeah, same.
But I was forced to on Christmas break, and I'm like, let's just get this over with.
And
then I told Ferg everything that happens, and I'm gonna be so disappointed. Mm-hmm. And everything I thought was gonna happen happened. I was shaking my head pretty much the whole movie.
Yeah, no. And just for anyone that is out there thinking that Rey is the chosen one, you're wrong. I don't care what Disney says. Rey is not the chosen one. She's not a Skywalker either. She is like what Kylo said. She is a nobody. Like, I cannot stand her as a character.
Yeah, dude, she just freaking took the Skywalker's name, left her parents hanging.
Well, not even that. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, I've done a little bit of training. I can totally go against a Sith Lord. Like...
with intense lightning powers, with all the powers of the Sith, who are arguably way more powerful.
Yeah.
But, you know, 2 lightsabers OP, I guess. But it didn't work for Darth Maul, people.
No, it didn't.
And, like, I really hate how she got the yellow lightsaber. Like, come on.
Yeah.
She does not deserve that in the slightest.
No, not at all. Like, it's... Wait, how did the yellow lightsaber happen again? I forgot.
Honestly, wait, what do you mean? Like in the story or in the movie?
In the movie, yeah. Like, how did she get it?
Did she just get it? Wasn't that... Because she always used other people's lightsabers.
Yeah, did she make that one?
I guess.
And if so, wasn't there something special about a golden lightsaber?
So, here, I actually did research on it because I didn't actually know what the yellow lightsaber was. And so the green and blue lightsaber, so there's basically 2 ways of the Jedi: the people who focus more on like the mind stuff and the people who focus more on the fighting.
Yeah.
And that's the color that they get. And then the person who has perfect balance between the 2, that's yellow.
Okay.
Which she don't got, but okay.
Yeah. That's so stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I would have been so much happier if the bad guys or the good guys had lost, honestly.
Dude, like, right? Like, Emperor Palpatine just winning, coming back and winning.
Yeah. And, like, okay, another thing I have an issue with that movie is that the fact that Palpatine just doesn't make sense, because, like, okay, if it's a clone, then it's not as meaningful at all when he does the whole, like, oh yeah, I'm your grandfather kind of thing. No, you're a clone, so it doesn't matter. And I don't know, it's just, he doesn't have any meaning. It wasn't impactful, and that whole movie just seemed...
Oh, it was impactful for me, alright. It made me hate it.
Yeah, basically.
Quite honestly. Because we all saw him die.
Yeah.
In a giant explosion.
Yeah.
And dude comes back just looking like a zombie.
Yeah, how? No. Like...
In what way is that possible, you know?
I mean, yeah, like, did they say that was the one that actually survived, or did they make him a clone? I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember.
I don't know. I would have loved it if they had done like they did in the Battlefront game, where they put like his essence into a like cyborg body, and
Mm-hmm.
it was actually pretty cool. There was like a whole council of them. It was cool.
Rest in peace, Battlefront 2.
Dude.
We've turned this podcast into Star Wars talk now.
Well, you get me ranting on it, I will go on for so long. Like, so I wish people could see my room right now. I have like 3 Star Wars posters up. I have a ton of books all about Star Wars, like novels and everything. And I love the series so much. I love the lore behind it. Ah, man. And then Disney just had to ruin it.
Yes, as Disney ruins all.
Yes, they do.
They're basically becoming a monopoly at this point, and it's not okay.
No, it's really not. Like, it's... doesn't Disney also own, like, one of the biggest porn industries?
Does it?
I think so. They have something to do with porn. I don't remember what, though. And I don't think it's, like, the official Disney company.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's their actual company, though. Like, I think it's one of their off branches that people don't know about.
Let's not get into that.
I just don't like Disney, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day when we were growing up, they made some banger movies.
Dude, yeah, they did.
But now they're just recreating old movies in live action, and there's like nothing. They're not bringing anything to the table.
Yeah, no.
Like the Mulan movie doesn't even have Mushu.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to go watch it.
How dare you do this to us?
Yeah, no.
How dare you take the best part of that movie and just not even bring it? Because I want to see a live action dragon, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, but no.
Then again, we saw a live action Genie, and all we got was Will Smith and bad CGI.
Blue Will Smith. And I never watched that movie.
No, I didn't either.
I haven't seen any of the live action Disney remakes.
No, I haven't either, because everyone says they're so awful. And
because like they're going for too realistic, and then when you look at The Lion King, it was basically just National Geographic, when they could have easily done like cartoonish facial features.
Yeah.
And it still would have looked fantastic.
Yeah, no, if they had done like half CGI, almost like what was it? The Pokemon movie.
Oh man, dude, Detective Pikachu was good.
Yeah, it was a decent movie.
I don't care what anybody says, that movie was good. You can't go wrong with giant mountain-sized torteras.
Fair enough, and you also can't go wrong with Ryan Reynolds. Like he definitely saved that movie, though, in my opinion.
I mean, he also made the movie, didn't he?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, he had something to do with production.
Dude, I just love all the trailers he posted on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
His wife getting upset. It was just so funny.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds, what a guy. All
yeah,
right.
what a dude.
Let's have him play the next main Jedi.
Oh, dear. No.
Okay, there have been rumors, though, of Keanu Reeves playing the next Jedi.
Okay, did you know that John Wick 4 and Matrix 4 are coming out on the same day?
Really?
21st of May, 2021.
I mean, I'm definitely going to go see John Wick over Matrix.
Let's just buy tickets for both and just go, and we're just going to be in theaters for like 4 hours.
Oh,
4
dude.
or 5 hours.
I was about to say, it's going to be longer than that. You're not going to tell me that John Wick isn't going to be at least 2.5 hours.
That's true. And you also have to be careful which one you watch first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've actually not seen the newer Matrix movies. I've seen the first one.
I've seen the first one, haven't seen the second two either.
Yeah, so I just need to get you over and us watch the other two, I guess.
And that's actually an interesting story about those two, which I'm not going to go into because we've been talking about movies for way too long. But for all those that are curious, originally the last two were supposed to be one really long movie, but it was so long they had to split it up, and that's why the release is only 3 months apart.
See, I didn't even know they were released that close together.
Oh yeah, dude. They were released in the same year, like 3 or 4 months apart, because it was originally supposed to be one long movie, but it got too long, so they had to cut it.
That's just impressive.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't the original in-game take going to be like 4.5 hours?
Oh, I don't even want to think about that, man. Shoot.
I'm just imagining all the like Paul Rudd jokes that we missed out on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude, I would give anything just for like an hour of bloopers of him.
Dude, he's like 50 and he looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah, no,
It's crazy.
he's in good shape.
He's in very good. They all are, really.
No, they really are.
They're all pretty. They're pretty getting pretty up there in age, but they all still look so good.
Yeah, no, they really do. Like,
It's amazing.
they've been really like they've aged very well.
They have.
Except for Mark Ruffalo. He never really. I don't know. He's never.
But then again, he always kind of looks old.
Yeah, he does. And okay, Robert Downey Jr. is starting to look a little bit old. Like, but I mean, considering how old he is, he's like what, mid-50s now?
Let me check. He is. Yeah, he's 55.
Wow, hit that around the nose.
Yeah, dude.
Hey. But like,
But
yeah,
I mean, even still, he looks really good.
he does. He does.
But also, he had a lot of problems when he was young, which kind of boosted his aging. But for everything he's been through, he does look phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he does. Like, when he plays Iron Man, like, I would put him at, like, maybe early 40s, maybe.
Yeah.
Which
Well, I mean, it would have been, so it was 10 years, and Endgame came out, what, last year, the year before that? So, yeah, it was like 44 to 54.
Yeah.
Or even before that, some.
Yeah, no, and it worked out. Like, yeah, I like it. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode, just because.
Yeah, we really need to.
Yeah, no. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed listening to us just talk about SCP stuff and just stuff that we enjoyed.
Especially if you got this far and didn't stop listening.
Yeah, no, if you got this far, so surprise, if you got this far and didn't stop listening, you will get a brand new Pikachu delivered right to your door. Like, no lie, it should be there any moment now. Like, go outside and look.
That's not true. We don't want to get sued.
Brand new Pikachu. A live Pikachu. It's gonna be fantastic.
I mean, they're gonna Pikachu face when they look outside and see there's nothing there.
Exactly. It just learned a rare invisibility spell. Don't worry, it's there. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, just make sure to share the podcast. Come back for the next episode. Listen to the one before this. It would be awesome. Hopefully, we can get this to a normal schedule eventually. I don't know, but we'll try. So, Drew, anything else you want to say?
Knowing us, it'll be very impressive if we do get it to a normal schedule.
We both have the like weirdest, like we're both busy all the time, so we'll see how this works.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure we can pick aside about an hour-ish.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll at least be doing this weekly. So.
Especially once we get it on like a set day that we always do it, we can always make sure to,
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, everyone, I'll see you in the next episode.